Welcome to News Today with Universal Parks News Today. I'm Eric Morton, and here now is the news for April 17th, 2023. Wand engraving is now available in Diagon Alley at the Ollivander's Wand Shop at Universal Studios Florida, and Dervish and Bangs in Hogsmeade at Universal's Islands of Adventure. The engravings will cost you $30 and will take about 45 minutes. The wands are taken away for engraving, and then they may be picked up later at Borgin & Burke's if you're at Universal Studios Florida, or at the Heraldry in the Lost Continent if you get your wand over at Islands of Adventure. There are some limitations, like you can only use letters with your name or any Harry Potter character's name, and there's an 11 character limit, though there seems to be some flexibility in that. You see, Dumbledore's name there's a little longer than 11. It depends on the wand and the character. Engraving is only offered on new wands on the day of purchase. No engravings can be done on old Ollivander's originals, non-interactive or popular wands. One engraving has been available at Universal Studios Hollywood since August of last year, and their restrictions differ somewhat from what we've seen in Florida. At least I know before they were putting Instagram names and all that kind of stuff. So far, not able to do that here in Florida. Weasley's Wizard Wheezes has unveiled a new line of collectible, colorful putty in Diagon Alley at Universal Studios Florida. Each tin is priced at $20 and is recommended for ages 3 and up. While the substance is non-toxic, it is still a choking hazard and not recommended for infants or extremely young children. There are currently 6 variations: Clear Putty, Pixie Mischief Putty, Love Putty, Troll Bogey Putty, Luminescent Putty, and Phoenix Fire Putty. Each container holds 3.2 ounces. The putty itself is capable of causing stains and sticking to clothing, hair, eyebrows, fabric, etc. You get the idea. So use with care. The Clear Putty, the tin is decorated with blue and red pinstripes, question marks, and stars. The Pixie Mischief Putty features the Cornish pixies on its cover. You may remember them from Harry Potter and Chamber of Secrets, where they wreaked havoc at a defense against the dark arts class before being stopped by Hermione. The Love Putty is rose-scented, coming in a pink tin with heart and star patterns. Love potions aren't anything new to the shop or to Diagon Alley in general. Love potion bags and candy are also available at Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. No melt ice cream themed around the love potions depicted in the books and films has also appeared at Sugar Plum's sweet shop in the past. Bogey bits are mixed into the Troll Bogey Putty with green goo oozing over the front. Another putty, Luminescent, glows in the dark. Finally, the Phoenix Fire Putty is described as having metallic strands and refers to the mythical creature that appears in the Harry Potter stories as a healing flaming bird. A new Toothless light-up popcorn bucket from How to Train Your Dragon has appeared all around the Universal Orlando Resort. Toothless is the main dragon character from the How to Train Your Dragon movie series. The popcorn bucket is black with black scales. You can also see the detail in Toothless's spine, his little spines, his ears, wings, and his big, bright green eyes. The back of the bucket features a compartment to store your popcorn in it. You also have a little wind-up dial on the back that will make Toothless's wings move, and the ears on top feature little hinges which allow them to move back and forth. If you press one of the spines on the top of the popcorn bucket, his eyes light up. On the first push, they light up all the way, while on the second push, they kind of slowly pulse. The popcorn bucket also features a convenient blue carrying strap that says How to Train Your Dragon and Universal Studios. We originally saw this bucket on Wednesday at a popcorn stand near the entrance to Universal Studios Florida. Annie got one, and then I think they were out accidentally, and she got one, and she was, as far as we know, the only person that had one. Then on Thursday, it was released in a number of locations in both parks. Virtually any location that serves popcorn, as well as many of the larger stores, even City Walk. The bucket sells for $29.99 and comes with popcorn. If you purchase the bucket in a location that does not serve popcorn, they will give you a voucher to redeem for popcorn at one of the places that does. It's worth pointing out, Universal Studios Hollywood also has this adorable new bucket. Theirs is $42.99. The difference in price is likely due to the fact that the one in Hollywood comes with free refills all day on the day of purchase, where the other one only comes with the one serving of popcorn. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest Vacations and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head over to beourguestvacations.com/WDWNT and the team will design your next adventure from Universal Parks, Disney World, Disney Cruise Line, Virgin Voyages, Royal Caribbean, and much, much more. The best part is that their concierge services are 100% free. Construction walls and scrim have gone up surrounding the entrance to Despicable Me, Minion, Mayhem over there at Universal Studios Florida. Back in January, a covered entryway was installed at the exterior portion of the attraction's entrance, presumably to protect guests from falling debris. A missing piece of the attraction's brick facade was visible above the attraction's entry, which presumably caused at least a little cause for concern. Neither the scrim nor the construction walls affect the path that guests must take in order to enter the attraction. The newly installed scrim is presumably in place just to, cover repair work on that exterior, likely including a replacement of that brick facade with the missing chunk. Some decorative elements are still visible just beyond the construction walls. It's unclear at this time exactly how long construction is expected to take. The Universal Studios Florida Lagoon has been partially drained, revealing the deck used for the park's nighttime spectaculars as work on a new show begins. Only a few feet of water have been drained for work in the lagoon. You can tell how much water has been there by just looking at stains on the rockwork and the dock supports in the lagoon. Much of the theme park overlooks this lagoon. The deck holds tech for the water effects, including water screens for those nighttime spectaculars. The water spouts may just be receiving refurbishment right now before they are reprogrammed for the new show. However, the systems did allegedly sustain some damage during Hurricane Ian last fall. While repairs did take place, there may have been further replacements in order to get the new show up and running. Universal Orlando's cinematic celebration ended in March to make way for a new nighttime spectacular. The new spectacular will also likely be performed in the lagoon and utilize that water technology. Construction continues around the Simpsons ride in Springfield at Universal Studios Florida. The ride has remained open during construction, which began in January of this year. The dunk or flunk game that was temporarily removed last month has returned. The carnival game is to the right as you are facing the ride. Dunk or Flunk is a basketball game with Simpsons-related prizes like giant pink donuts, Homer plush, and pillows. The temporary basketball game that sat by the lagoon is now gone. Poseidon's Fury in the Lost Continent at Islands of Adventure will be permanently closing. The last performances will be on May 9th, 2023. The attraction will be closing to make way for new entertainment, but details are not available at this time. Poseidon's Fury is the last remaining attraction in the Lost Continent, except for that interactive mystic fountain. The 8th Voyage of Sinbad closed in 2018. Flying Unicorn and Dueling Dragons in the Merlinwood section of Lost Continent became Flight of the Hippogriff and Dragon Challenge when the Wizarding World of Harry Potter took over in 2010. Dragon Challenge eventually closed permanently and was replaced by Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure in 2019. It's long been rumored that the Lost Continent could become an extended part of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter or be rethemed to a different IP. Most people think that would be Zelda. The nighttime lights at Hogwarts Castle at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Hogsmeade in Islands of Adventure, will close for an unknown extended period of time for future show enhancements. Its last performance for the time being, well, again, that magical date of May 9th. The show features magical projections using Hogwarts Castle as a canvas, accompanied by music, lighting, and more. The nighttime lights at Hogwarts Castle occurs on select nights beginning at dusk and runs approximately every 20 minutes at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Hogsmeade. Starting last month, Universal Studios Japan introduced a slate of new magical creatures greetings all around Hogsmeade within the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Guests can enjoy a short skit by a magical creature expert, followed by lots of photos and even the chance to pet the creatures all day long. They have a Niffler, a Pygmy puff, and a baby dragon. So we stopped in to enjoy the experience for ourselves. Of course, if you're wondering where Tom Corliss is, that's where he is. He's in Japan. Hogsmeade draws travelers from all walks of life in the Wizarding World, and traders of less than legal artifacts are certainly no exception. One particular trader brings with him a very special and dangerous creature, a baby dragon. The dragon he had with him was a freshly hatched Ukrainian iron-bellied dragon, said to eventually become the largest of any dragon species known in the wizarding world. The dealer sneaks in, trying to hide from the authorities before settling right next to the station, conveniently across from the Three Broomsticks in Hogsmeade. He eventually acquiesces to letting nearby visitors to the village pet the dragon and take a few photos. Our next magical creature is found not with an expert, but an unwitting postman. On his way to drop off the day's mail at the Owl Post here in Hogsmeade, he stops by to say hello to visiting wizards and witches. But before long, he's interrupted by some rattling and rustling within the belongings. What could it be? Why, it's a Niffler, of course. These lovable black-furred creatures with duck bills are known for their fascination with shiny objects. The caretaker for Pygmy Puffs has likely the shortest show of all, though. She brings out a basket of Pygmy Puffs along with one on her shoulder and introduces herself as a worker from the nearby Zonko's Joke Shop. She then picks guests to come and pet the creature while taking photos. You may also recall there was a hippogriff magical encounter that we covered last week. You can see them all right here on our channel. Following a string of complaints from guests, Universal Beijing Resort has officially banned the practice of freelance photo shoot sessions, recently popularized on China's Instagram equivalent. What's more, photographers who offered this service are being denied entry into the park. Chinese news outlet China Daily reports that several freelance photographers on the social media platform Xiaohongshu, that is essentially China's version of Instagram, posted this week that the park has begun denying entry to those known to be freelance photographers in the park. Starting from April 2nd, Universal is taking action to prevent photographers from offering photo shoot services inside the park, especially in the area of the wizarding world of Harry Potter. And the specific action to prevent photo shoot services is still unknown. That was according to a photographer that posted on Xiaohongshu. I usually started at 10 a.m. and worked for 6 or 7 hours at most a day. The price varies, and the standard package is 200 yuan, that's $29 per hour, which is about 30,000 yuan, that's $4,367 a month. A freelance photographer told the China News Service. They also noted that their reservations for the next week were already full. Workers familiar with the faces of freelance photographers would go out of their way to stop ones who did enter the park, although some noted their annual pass validity was revoked outright. Many social media commenters supported the decision with comments like, "It's an amusement park, not a photo shoot studio." And to be honest, it was very disturbing to see visitors posing in front of their photographers in the park, especially in the wizarding world of Harry Potter, whose passage is rather narrow and their posing activities just blocked other visitors. According to a representative at Universal Beijing Resort, the ban is enforced for the copyright reasons, but primarily to protect the guest experience. Many guests having already complained online and to the park about the photo shoot services. They found it disturbing to the regular guests. They also noted that the rule has always been in place. This is merely moving to stricter enforcement. Universal Studios Beijing does offer authorized photography services that cost about $56.48, which helps guests take photos in various hotspots throughout the park. After swirling rumors for years about a new long-form series adaptation of the Harry Potter series, HBO confirmed that a full 7-season adaptation to the books has been ordered for their Max streaming services. The stories from each of Rowling's Harry Potter books will become a decade-long series produced with the same epic craft, love, and care that this global franchise is known for. The series will feature a new cast to lead a new generation of fandom, full of the fantastic detail, much-loved characters, and dramatic locations that Harry Potter fans have loved for over 25 years. Wow, 25 years already. Each season will be authentic to the original books and bring Harry Potter and these incredible adventures to new audiences around the world, while the original, classic, and beloved films will remain at the core of the franchise and be available to watch globally. The new Harry Potter series will feature an all-new cast, but did show off the same castle design from the films, as well as the iconic John Williams composed theme song in its reveal video. The author, of course, J.K. Rowling, is set to be the executive producer for the series. She said in the press release, "Max's commitment to preserving the integrity of my books is important to me, and I'm looking forward to being part of this new adaptation, which will allow for a degree of depth and detail only afforded by a long-form television series." While she will be an executive producer, Rowling is not expected to have day-to-day involvement or input on the actual writing of the series. No release date has been given, but it's likely the series is still quite a long way off. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to all those WIGS members watching who make this show happen each and every week. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to universalparksnewstoday.com. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Universal Parks News Today on YouTube for more great content, click that bell for notifications, and make sure you hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of News Today with Universal Parks News Today. For UPNT, this is Eric Morton saying the future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one.
From WDWNT TV, this is Park Center. Join us each week for news and discussion topics from the Disney and Universal theme parks around the world. We cover the stories in a quick, concise, and fun format, and then our panel breaks down and debates some of the biggest issues and what they mean for us, the parks fans. From the latest announcements to openings and delays to scandals and snacks and merchandise and more, we'll cover it all in 90 minutes. Join us live every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on YouTube at WDWNT TV, or watch episodes on demand anytime. You can also subscribe to the audio version of the show on your favorite podcast app.